Oh, there we go.
I'd expected as much, but he's really popular.
Do you think that bit about the girl in the hospital is for real?
Dude didn't seem like the type, if you ask me.
I don't think Natsume said anything resembling.
Nah, I bet you if you gathered
Could it be because he really isn't a monarch?
100 people who play
perhaps
games,
he's just being careful. If
probably
he
less than
is
half would
the
have
monarch,
actually played in.
Maybe everyone here's already had their hearts changed.
Meaning he wouldn't need to give out
I'd
his
go so far as to say
keyword.
less than a quarter.
Hey, Inari, what's that you've been reading?
Ango Natsume's novel, Prince of Nightmares.
Inari? You actually bought that thing?
No, I stole it. Can I read it when you're done?
Yes, I suppose that's fine. I was just curious as to whether or not the book was truly deserving of the fervent praise it's received.
well, how is it? Is it good?
How should I put it? For any creative work, one should be able to feel some sense of its creator's passion. No matter how crude or unrefined the work may be, there should always be some sort of spark present to those engaging with it. I'm
very
not
true.
terribly well versed in the literary arts, but I feel nothing when reading this book.
Like
The
Game of
sentences are
Thrones.
formed well enough, but what's here is shockingly hollow. It's as if these words have been taken from
Anyway.
someone else and given the most bare minimum coat of paint possible.
Let me see. Oh, wow.
Never read Game of Thrones? It's
This
actually a very good
here's
book.
lifted from an anime from 2 years ago. The words got changed a bit, but that's definitely it. Sneaky. I think I've seen this one before too. And this one. Sheesh. This one too. Wait. Is this whole book just a bunch of stuff he ripped off and strung together? If the
That's many
original
books.
writers, or worse, their fans, ever saw this, there'd be a frickin' riot online.
I can't possibly fathom how such a fraudulent piece of work garnered this much praise. That is, unless the fans had their desires stolen.
I'll say this. If you do enjoy reading books, there's a thing you do like to do, or audiobooks, either one. The Game of Thrones book series is a gajillion times better than whatever the fuck they put on TV. And the shitty part is, it's never gonna be finished. Because more than likely, George R. R. Martin will die before he finishes the damn series. And everybody kind of knows how it ends because they had to finish the show. So, even though basically I don't know if it was in an interview or a blog post or some shit, Martin said that the ending, how Game of Thrones, the TV show, ended is basically a bullet point of plot points of his. So all the stuff in between, like it hits beats, but everything that happens in between it or leads up to it is not necessarily what happens in his books. So, and there's a ton of stuff in the books that, because the creators of the TV show didn't like the idea of magic, were just removed. They didn't want any sort of magic in a show about fucking dragons and an undead army. Whatever. So yeah, so like, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but like, there's a specific character that in the books is like a really important part of it, and they started her story and then just like ended it. And just like never went back. But in the book, she plays a really big part of it. So yeah, it's really stupid. I watched through season 1. Season 1's pretty good, right? Season 1's really close. Season 2, kind of close, pretty close. But then season 3 is when it's just like, season 3 is where they start to like remove the magic from the books. Not magic like philosophical, like, oh, the magic in the books. No, like the actual like characters that can cast magic have been removed. You know what I do need to read though? Is it Maker of Kings or Kingmaker? What's that fucking Brian Sanderson or whatever the fuck that shit's called? Hold on. Way of Kings. I need to read The Way of Kings. Been meaning to read the Brandon Sanderson. Brandon Sanderson. Been wanting to read this. Order for Cosmere. Like the series name. Really wanting to read that series. One day. One day.
With all that we know now, it's safe to say there's definitely something going on here.
If only we knew the keyword, we can investigate the jail for ourselves.
Think we should ask some of his fans? They've all had their desires taken, right?
If this is anything like the situation in Shibuya, I doubt they'll tell us anything.
Guess we're
Yeah,
kinda
same.
stuck then. Have we heard anything from Gramps yet?
He said he'd be here by tonight. Maybe he learned
I
something.
still I look at my
Right
bookshelf.
then.
I'm like, damn, I have a lot
I
of
guess
like
we should go ahead and wait for Inspector Hasagawa then.
really thick books. The Art of War,
Hold on.
complete works of William Shakespeare.
Why do you think Natsume wrote this novel?
Oh yes, of course, the artist. Finding out why the artist wrote it.
No. Somehow I don't believe that's the case. No matter how much praise your work receives, if it was built on the backs of others, then you cannot truly call that praise your own. Those compliments will surely ring empty. Anyone in the arts should know this. That is
But
why
he's
I
not
don't
an
understand.
artist.
What was he thinking when he wrote this novel?
What are you two doing? Let's get going.
My apologies. It wasn't my intention to hold you up. Let's be off.
Pretty nice ride you've got here.
I like this
And I
guy.
gotta say, I didn't expect Sendai to be on the agenda. How'd you know there was a jail here?
Well, about that.
I smelled it.
You
You're all high.
smelled it?
Anyways, have you learned anything new?
Ah, yes. Ango Natsume, right? Yeah, he's suspicious all right. His book's been selling like crazy, but only here in Sendai. Most of the other stuff I've heard lines up with what you guys told me. Anyhow, I did some asking around, and here's what I found. Apparently, everyone in Natsume's little fan club becomes friends with him through Emma. And once that happens, they start buying his book any and every chance they get. Some even go into debt because of it. Any of this sound familiar?
It's just like what happened with Alice.
He might have different methods from Alice Hiragi, but I'm almost certain Natsume's using the same power.
In that case, we really need to get our hands on his keyword.
Can't we just nab the shithead and make him cough it up?
Ugh, do that? And I would have to arrest you for assault.
Can't we just
You can
kidnap
ramble
him?
on about jails all you want. Best case scenario is you getting dragged off to a mental institution.
Ah, right.
Well, we're Phantom Thieves, so going at it directly is not preferred anyway.
Ah, there goes Beauty Thief. Always trying to be elegant and subtle and stuff.
Beauty what?
Beauty thief.
My name is Beauty Thief.
I see. She's really calling herself that?
Getting back on track, we gotta think of a way to get that keyword.
That's
So far,
where
he's
I
my
come in.
favorite character ever.
You better thank me for this later.
For what?
I want to know who the voice actor is.
Natsume's holding a party tonight in celebration of Prince of Nightmares passing over 1 million in sales. And I just happen to have enough invitations for all of you. Which means...
We're crashing a party?
Hey, that sounds fun as hell, don't you think?
I don't have anything. But what would I wear?
Nobody's gonna care what you're wearing. Just pretend you work in the industry or something. So, what do you think? Glad we struck a deal?
You did pretty good, Gramps.
Yeah, nice one, Gramps.
I must admit, I'm seeing you in a whole new light, Gramps.
Yeah, you really came through, Gramps.
I
You're
knew
really
we
gonna
could
call
count
him
on
a
you,
grandpa.
Gramps, son.
Come on, guys. At least call me by my name.
Don't feel bad, Gramps.
Even the AI. Party venue. Prince of Nightmares 1
Thank
million
you all
sold.
very much for coming today. This is just a small token of my appreciation. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoy yourselves.
Congratulations, Mr. Natsume. Truly.
Yo, what's with
It's
the
all
beehive
thanks
hair?
to everyone working so
Holy
hard
shit.
to push sales. All I did was write.
Oh, you're too modest.
It really is impressive how well you've done, considering the amount of competition there is these days. But I know we tried to promote you early on as the grandson of renowned writer Sogo Natsume, but I never would have expected you to perform this well.
The praise you've received is due entirely to your talent, Mr. Natsume. You're a
Blow
shining
more smoke
star
up
to
my ass,
readers
why
and
don't you?
authors alike.
I can't
My
taste it
talent,
yet.
you say? Well now, I wouldn't go as far as to say that. The words on the page matter little. If there's something worth talking about, the people will always flock to it. From there, all one needs to do is craft a little story into it. And voila! For example, take that origin story about how I started writing because of some poor girl in the hospital.
Pardon my asking, but is that story really true, Mr. Natsume?
I'm afraid that's my little secret. Truth, fiction. Does anyone really care? You might recall Ichiryusai Madarame's confession on TV not too long ago. Surely you remember. His signature piece. What was the name of it?
Oh, do you mean the Sayuri?
Ah, yes, that's it. The Sayuri. That piece was certainly lauded as the pinnacle of beauty at the time. But if you ask me, the only place it belongs now is the trash.
Dick!
The trash? How rude!
He has no idea what was put into that painting. Who does he think he is?
Yusuke, I know how you feel, but
I'm all right. I have a favor to ask. Would you mind if I handled this one? I promise I'll get the keyword from him.
But
There's a good chance he remembers your faces from the other day. However, I was toward the back of the crowd, so there's a good chance he won't recognize me.
We'll leave it to you.
right. Yusuke might be our best bet here.
Good luck.
Thank you. I'll be off then. Pardon me for interrupting. I happen to be a big fan of yours, Natsume-san.
Who are you?
Forgive me. I was hoping I might trouble you for an autograph.
Hey, Mr. Natsume is a busy man. You can trouble him later.
Come now. I'm sure one autograph won't hurt.
Ah, you mean it? My thanks, Natsume-san. You're too kind.
The flourish.
To receive an autograph from the great Ongo Natsume himself, this honor is truly more than I deserve.
Nonsense. Don't sell yourself short. It's readers like you who allow authors like me to keep writing.
I see. That's a wonderful way to look at it. Oh, right. Do you by any chance use Emma, Natsume-san?
Of course. With how convenient it is, how could I not?
If you don't mind, could you please add me to your friends list? It would be a privilege to be closer to one I respect so greatly.
Not at all. My fans and readers mean the world to me. The keyword is Prince of Nightmares.
Thank you very much. Expect a request from me sometime soon. Now, there is one more thing. I overheard you and your entourage mention the Sayuri earlier. If I'm not mistaken, you said it should be thrown out with the trash, as though it were some cheap attempt.
Ah, so you heard that, did you? Is that what I said? Well, I take it someone of your taste agrees with me. In the end, that painting only held value because of whose name was attached to it. Madarame had...
The Sayuri was painted by my mother. This may be unprofessional of me, but professionalism be
Smack
damned.
him.
My mother painted the Sayuri at the cost of her own life. It is her final masterpiece. That painting was crafted with a love that simply cannot be found
I would've hit him.
anywhere else. Don't you dare lump it in with that soulless drivel you cobbled together from authors far more talented than you.
Hey, you can't!
I merely spoke the truth. Now, if you'll excuse me. We've got what we came for. Let's head outside, yes?
Soulless drivel? That little bastard. What the hell does he know?
Yeah, it's all right, Mr. Natsume. He's just, looking to blame you for something because he's jealous of your genius. Don't let him get to you.
Shut up! No matter. He'll come around just like the rest.
My apologies. I couldn't hold myself back. I suppose I still have much to learn.
Dude, don't sweat it. Everything worked out. We got the keyword, so we're all good.
Yeah, you did great. I was actually pretty impressed with how you stood up to him.
Well, I can't say my assessment of his book was entirely correct. Whatever someone feels from a work of art, no matter what that work may be, ultimately comes down to the individual.
Yeah, well, for what it's worth, we all loved seeing you stick it to that creepy Nari.
In any case, we've got the keyword now. All that's left is to find our entry point.
Sendai Station would be a good place to look.
How come?
The smell isn't as strong there. The security's probably more lax. The station should be a safe point of entry, just like in Shibuya.
So I guess we're doing it then.
I'm so excited for my
everything we
vinyl to
need.
come in.
Tomorrow, that jail's getting a visit from the Phantom Thieves.
Oh yeah.
Hey, there's something I wanted to ask you. Yusuke might have been acting calm just now, but he seemed
Yeah,
rather
Persona
sad.
5 Royal.
Why was that?
I was able to get the special edition of it. Cost me like a fucking $100. But I got that. I got the vinyl for Resident Evil 6, which I don't remember any music from Resident Evil 6, but I have every Resident Evil vinyl. I might as well get the 6th one. And eventually I'm sure they'll do 7.
Oh, I see. So when someone disrespects
Yeah, I think it's
something
worth it.
important to you, it makes you more sad.
It's funny, I
than
spend all this
angry.
money on vinyls, but like my vinyl player is like some dinky little $40 like half-ass briefcase looking thing. I don't have like a nice setup. One day.
At the very least, Yusuke seemed to feel that way. I think I'm starting to understand him a little better now. Thank you for explaining that to me.
There's a lot of stuff I need to work on. I want more decorations. I gotta get like shelving for my my Dark Souls statues and the Mortal Kombat ones I have coming in.
I've been waiting for you. The
Little
desires
child.
in this place have been stolen as well. The voices of countless hearts are stirring
what is
about.
this?
At the same time, I can feel the threat of the calamities
Oh,
only growing
no.
stronger. I have called you here to deliver
that is
important news.
so
The
bad.
bonds you have forged will now impart an even greater power to your personas.
Terrible
This
music
new
in that version.
power, it seems it was born from a connection you've made during your travels. This will become the sustenance that will further nurture your potential. Cherish it dearly. I admit I'm somewhat jealous. There is no doubt that they will give you the strength needed to cut through fate.
What do we get? Ooh, martial arts. Nice. Never gonna pick any of those.
May luck
But
be
thanks.
on your side.
Hi, puppy. You right there? You're gonna have to go into surgery though. Next week.
I'm so tired.
Snap out of it, Ryuji. We're about to head in.
I know. I was so excited last night I couldn't sleep.
What, you think it's Christmas morning or something?
Any idea how big this place is? Can you tell, Sophia?
Based on the smell, I'd say it covers nearly all of Sendai.
That's quite big.
Considering what's happening throughout the city, the scale makes sense. But that's all coming to an end.
Right. We're heading into the Sendai jail. Hey,
I gotta pee. I'll be right back. Alright. Got a little bit of Paul in her. See what we got. Metaverse Medic? What was that one? This one? Does this affect SP? It does, okay. Yeah, if that affects SP, then I'm good with that. Might as well get this too. Here's the real question though, did all this reset?
Hey. Right?
Okay.
Whoa,
Mochi!
Hi, welcome. Stop by again.
Wait.
What's the plan?
What? Where's the other shop? Oh, it's right here. %% resides will provide more. Eventually turn into 4 eyes. Nice.
What would you like to say?
thank you.
I'm just looking for SP items right now.
oh, welcome.
Hey,
That's what you
the
like?
salmon bowl.
Here you are.
My.
Buttered toast.
Is that what you want? And
The fact that they heals everybody is pretty good.
Hmm?
Nope. Why do my eyes hurt?
Hmm?
That sounds like fun.
That is the most touristy ass shit in Japan. Talismans. Ooh. Tsukukaja is the attack buff, right? I don't remember. Oh, it's the agility buff. Boo. Alright, before we go in though,
Yo!
Yo! Procs auto dodge? Okay. I'm out of money though. I don't know, who am I gonna use? Definitely equipping Barrett.
Yo!